Canon events in men's lives bracket. 1 seed seeing a pair versus 16 seed first time using fake ID.
Two teams that are pretty obvious when they're fake, so let's talk about them when they're real. When ID becomes real, it's no longer a fun team to watch. When a pair is real, the fun is just beginning. They bust their way to the next round.
8 seed buying a pair of Jordans versus 9 seed growing a beard.
This matchup is really a battle of which team is cooler and more mature. I think puberty will have to hit for the 9 seed to thrive. I think he will, and growing a beard grows into the next round.
5 seed breaking 100 versus 12 seed discovering Joe Rogan.
Not many people experience this 5 seed. A lot more people experience slicing the ball into the woods every time you swing. As long as you can tune into the Spotify channel, you can all get the Joe Rogan experience. Move them on.
4 seed first Fortnite win versus 13 seed hitting 225 on the bench.
Every guy will tell you he's experienced both of these teams, when I think in reality there's a lot of guys who haven't experienced either. I think pushing that final base sounds a little more realistic than pushing that big bar in the air. Give me the 4 seed.
6 seed getting into crypto versus 11 seed first time hitting a bet.
The gambling matchup of the century. Bitcoin and Ethereum are just too volatile of players for me. Jets to lose and Ja Morant to celebrate with some sort of invisible weapon or a far more stable backcourt. Give me the 11 seed.
3 seed realizing you're not going pro versus 14 seed developing a poker addiction.
This 3 seed is a squad I hope no one ever has to watch. Luckily, this poker team are straight shooters and they'll flush it from deep. They pull the 14-3 upset.
7 seed watching Wolf of Wall Street versus 10 seed first heartbreak.
This 10 seed is led by the most hated player in the league, X. She keeps screaming, "I'm not bleeping leaving," but Jordan Belfort knows how to get rid of a girl when it's time for her to go. He does that here and elevates the 7 seed.
2 seed first time getting drunk versus 15 seed trying a cigar with the boys.
Both teams that often end in yakking. The 15 seed is really about flash, not enjoyment. The 2 seed teaches their players fundamentals they'll be applying for the rest of their career. They hammer their way to the next round.
Into the Elite 8 we go. It's 1 seed seeing a pair versus 9 seed growing a beard.
The bigger the better for both of these teams. The key matchup I'm looking at is Sydney Sweeney versus Lumberjack. Both experts in wood. I'll ride with the hotter player right now. That's Sweeney. The 1 seed knocks their way to the next round.
12 seed discovering Joe Rogan versus 4 seed first Fortnite win.
When these teams are worn down, Fortnite will turn to shield mushrooms. Rogan will turn to special mushrooms. While that will give him an advantage for a second, he won't be able to get over the fear factor mismatch of RPG versus DMT. Fortnite to the Final Four.
A real rivalry game here. 11 seed first time hitting a bet versus 14 seed developing a poker addiction.
I've been all in on this 14 seed, but I think they flopped to start this one. Yankees money line and Mikal Bridges to play every single game. Send this 14 seed up the river.
7 seed watching Wolf of Wall Street versus 2 seed first time getting drunk.
Both teams that take a second to set in. Once tequila and ludes start hitting, I go to my second key matchup. That's Moscow Mule and Steve Madden. I know better than to go against Steve Madden. The 7 seed says the show goes on.
Well, into the Final Four we go. It's top seed seeing a pair versus 4 seed first Fortnite win.
Battle of the chests. The 4 seed is volatile. Sometimes blue tack gets in for them. Sometimes gray AR gets in for them. When chest gets in for the 1 seed, they never let you down. They curve their way to the final.
Well, that takes us to the other semifinal. It's 11 seed first time hitting a bet versus 7 seed watching Wolf of Wall Street.
What's the good of betting on Panay Sewell and Penn State if you can't even sell me this pen? Watching the Wolf of Wall Street was the right investment to go to the final.
Well, that takes us into our final. It's 1 seed seeing a pair. It's 7 seed watching Wolf of Wall Street. Jones, who wins?
These 2 teams get to the court and send their captains out to shake hands. Wolf of Wall Street says, "Here's our captain, Margot Robbie." Seeing a pair says, "Wait, here's our captain, Margot Robbie." In rare fashion, they decide to do this thing as a pair. Seeing a pair while watching the Wolf of Wall Street. Your Canon events and men's lives bracket champions. The MVP, the baby monitor scene.